All right, it's 2 o'clock. Jeremy's yelling at me because I don't have a boner for Kareem Hunt. All right, let's move forward.
That is not true.
We have more stuff than we have time to do it, so we're just going to get right into it. And yes, we have an unbelievable Jed York update, but that's for later. He's a dirty dog. I mean, he's dirty. He's dirty. We're going to get to it. There were songs written about Jed York. We'll get to it. May I offer you something before we go Lions at 3?
Okay.
Because yesterday, you and I had a brief conversation. You know, the Astros fired their general manager. He'd been here 4 years. I'm not really sitting up here at the dais saying Scott Harris should be fired. What I'm saying is there should be conversations about job security because he's terrible at one aspect of his job. He is. He's a trash fire, MLB signings, and MLB level trading. He's very good at the other silos, which is development and drafting and acquiring minor league. Hey, listen, both things can be true. Well, then Framber Valdez took the mound. And see, this is why I don't respect this town as a baseball town. This is why this is not a serious baseball town. This is a daiquiri town.
Yeah.
This is a sleeveless T-shirt town.
Yes.
This is a glizzy town, as the kids say. This is not a serious baseball town. Framber Valdez is the highest paid lefty in the history of the game, period. You signed him. Now, what did I say the day you signed him? I'm all right with it, but I don't love this guy. And I gave you some of the reasons. Here's the problem. No matter what people thought of it at the time, you are graded on how it plays out. Framber has been a disaster. And last night I have a stat that I thought was fake. So let me just start with this, because in a real town, I think Scott Harris would be catching heat for this. You spent $40+ million on this guy, and there's going to be a salary cap in the future. This guy you're stuck with him. He's here now for minimum through 2027. He'd have to be on crack to not use his player option for $35 million. He's got the worst ERA he's had in 7 years. He's got the worst whip he's ever had. He's got an ERA of 4.32. He's got a whip of 1.41. He's given up damn near 1.5 base runners per inning. And he ain't striking nobody out. He's the worst first inning pitcher in the league with an ERA of 7. But wait, there's more. Last night, Framber Valdez induced 41 swings. Do you know how many swings and misses he produced on 41 swings from the Tampa Bay Rays?
I'll let you tell us, folks.
That'd be 0. Impossible to pitch a Major League Baseball game, induce 41 swings, and you didn't miss a single bat. But here's the problem. Forget about Scott Harris being fired. That's not the conversation. How is there not, instead of articles about this disaster contract or Scott Harris's failings with a top 10 payroll, you get the Freep doing McGonagoggles. Or the bullpen isn't bad if you take out these 17 things. How is there no commentary in this town on what a god-awful signing Framber has been and how Scott Harris, when it comes to free agency, it's like handing an infant an AR-15. You better duck for cover because you don't know what's about to happen. This guy is a baby with a machine gun.
No, he is. Because, Mike, this is the latest in somebody that he brought in there that just isn't panning out. Now, when you had those numbers, it was just like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is wow.
I'm sorry, facts are me.
But, yeah, I mean, the fact that you didn't get one swing and miss, like, you constantly put your team behind when you pitch because you're one of the worst pitchers in the first inning.
He's the worst at a 7 ERA.
I was trying to be nice.
No, there's no need to be nice. The facts don't merit it. A 1.41 whip, I could find any bum off the street. That's below replacement level. At a time, by the way, people can't hit the baseball. A 1.41 now is far worse than it would have been 5 years ago. And the fact that his ERA is 4.32, you're lucky it's not worse. He's been terrible. As the highest paid lefty ever, he's been terrible. And Scott Harris, you don't even get an article. No show's talking about it. Why isn't there more heat on this guy? Because it is like being an athletic director at a college. There's multiple silos on your desk, and you can't fail at certain ones. Like if you're an AD, you can have a great volleyball team and a great fencing team and a great swimming team, but if your football team's Akron level, you're fired. In baseball, you can do a great job with development. You do a great job with drafting. You can do a great job of facilities management, modernization. Yeah. But if the silo that features the hundreds of millions of dollars that your owner is handing you and free agency, and you are atrocious at it, Rico.
Mike, you're right.
But
here's the flip side to that coin. I hate to repeat myself, but I'm going to say it again. They're not about winning a World Series. So using your athletic director example, if you're the athletic director of a certain MAC school in the state, you know you're never going to win a national title. So let's have fun. Let's do this. Let's come up with carnival rides, and let's make the people happy. Why? Because we will never achieve this dream. That's a pipe dream. That's how this organization's, the Tigers, feels like it's being run.
The problem is they spent the money to have a top 10 payroll. And Scott Harris wasted $50 million on two pitchers who either can't show up to work or stink. Rico, that's following the $20 million he gave a vested option to a guy who you never should have had for 2 years in Flaherty, which is following a guy he signed off the cast of the Golden Girls who simply died before showing up to camp, in Alex Cobb, which was preceded by a 50-year-old pitcher who you gave a second-year guarantee to for no reason, and he didn't even last till the second year in Kenta Maeda. Are you serious? And in this town, you get nothing. Nothing.
I was going to say, buddy, don't forget Charlie Morton. Add him in that mix.
Morton, Seawald, Paddock, the disaster. I'm leaving that alone as a separate thing, but if you want to add it, that's fine. I need the people to explain to me how other cities fire GMs who are better than Scott Harris. We don't even get a conversation of, gee, this guy might not be great at several aspects of his job. And Framber last night, here, let me give you a Shabbat stat. Brendan just texted me something very interesting, okay? Of the 4,066 outings of 50-plus pitches this year, only 3 ended with 0 swing and miss. Congratulations, Framber. 0.07% club. That's an embarrassment last night.
It is. But Houston, like Houston's trying to win.
Well, they cheated to do so. We know it.
Right. I mean, but that tells you how serious they are about winning.
Paul just put his head down. He don't even want to participate in this. No, I'm being serious. Explain to me how we're still enduring propaganda from the papers and media instead of just a real conversation. Why can't we have a conversation? Scott Harris gets an F for free agency. That Scott Harris burns through money signing old, inefficient pitchers. Why? Where's that conversation? It's unreal.
No, instead, you'll get an in-depth conversation interview on the latest Max Clark chain.
Yeah, well, hit the baseball more and you can wear whatever you want. When you got an OPS in the 600s, buddy, we're going from Cuban Link to Pandora. You're done. You're done. We're taking those away. You're getting a charm bracelet.
Yeah. No, but I think it's what you're seeing is it's that Coney Island mentality. Let's just be good. Let's not try to be great, but let's be good for a long time. Let's be relevant. Let's be in the graphic. Let's have people talk about us. Let's get people out to the ballpark. But it's never, let's win a title. Let's go out and win title, and then we'll win another one, and then we'll try and win another one. It's you see the difference, and people will say it's unfair, Mike, but you see how certain organizations. You look at what the Dodgers do. Man, they're trying to win another one and another. It's like DJ Khaled and another one
and another one
and another one. Well, that's not fair. We don't care. Well, you're bullying the league. You're going to ruin this. We don't care. That's the league's fault, not our fault. Whereas here, it's bad deal.
Look, the bottom line
is even when they signed Valdez, we thought, okay, this could be good, but
Right. The point is, it's about you have to be right.
Yeah.
What people like and don't like, some of your signings will be heralded, some will be ripped. You're not going to bat 1,000. Scott Harris, when I just went down that list of how he has burned through money in the pitching department, he's been wrong way more than right. So how on earth? Oh, good. We just had some slap call up who hung up. What a candy ass. What more could Harris have done? I don't know. Be right. It's probably good you hung up. I mean, my goodness. Why is it the first call out of the effing shoe somebody wanting to defend Scott Harris? You know what? This town gets what it deserves. You deserve a pie in the face. I just gave you the data on the highest paid lefty in history. The guy's been ass. Mm-hmm. And the first call out of the shoe wants to defend Scott Harris.
Mm-hmm. And I promise you this, Mike.
Oh,
and it's not to upset you, but I promise you this. In that phone call, at some point he would have said, this isn't the Yankees. And you got that New York mentality.
Yeah, you have a top 10 payroll. You don't get to play victim.
We're a small market.
No, you're not. Not when you have a top 10 payroll.
Thank you. But this town has been convinced you're a small market.
No, they act small market, but the point is Chris Ilitch opened the purse strings and Scott Harris soaked the money in kerosene. Who gave Finnegan a contract this year? You did. Mm-hmm. Who signed that waste of skin, Kenley Jansen? You did. I hated it the day he did it.
You did.
So it's just this idea. I'm not saying the man should be fired. I'm saying, how is there no healthy debate in this town about this man's shortcomings?
No heat, no pressure, no nothing.
The first call out of shoe wanted to defend him.
Maybe he'll call back.
I don't care. I don't care. It's better I don't speak to him. How do you defend it?
Because, Michael, either you're trying to win a title or you're trying to have fun. Now, for some people, it can be both.
Whoa. Why did
that first caller?
Well, why did Chris sanction them going right to the luxury tax threshold? They were trying to win a title. Scott Harris doesn't know how.
And there is the answer right there. He doesn't. He thinks he does, and he doesn't. And he's made a lot of bad decisions. And, yeah, he should get a lot of heat.
But he didn't even get a conversation. No. That's it.
Because he gets absolved because the team backdoored their way into the playoffs for 2 straight years. So people are just like, well, maybe he knows what he's doing.
He sold in 24. He doesn't get credit for that.
Okay, what part of backdooring their way in?
Then they collapsed last year in part because of his garbage deadline. And then this year, I can say, by not doing anything meaningful with the lineup and by burning through tens of millions of dollars in pitching expenditures, you put this team in this situation.
Buddy, flowchart backdoored in. No. And people see that as, well, what do you want? Because if he's not here, we'll suck and we won't make the playoffs. Making the playoffs has become the end-all, be-all. Okay. I'm with you. Please know that. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. But for a lot of Detroiters, it's, the last 2 years were kind of fun and special, and I don't want to say anything bad about him because what if he leaves and goes someplace else, and then what? We'll suck again.
We'll get to the people.
Water boy.
Whoa, we suck again. We'll get to the people. David on text. Maybe Paul will speak to us at some point today. It's 97.1.